Hi guys, Byrdie here with your third painting project in your November box. And I am going to be painting the 5x7 today. This is a blank canvas, which means you get to paint it however you want. So I'm going to show you how I would paint it just to give you some ideas and techniques, but feel free to paint this however you want. The idea is to paint it something that might resemble fall, what you think of when you think of fall, what you think of when you think of, what are some things you think of when you're thinking of Thanksgiving. It could be your favorite dessert, it could be a game you play, it could be a family member or a pet or something you do outside, those type of things. So when I think of fall, I think of trees changing color and losing their leaves. So I'm going to paint a tree full of different colors. The first thing that I'm going to do is take my large flat brush and dip it in my brown paint. So I've got all my paint colors from my kit here. I've also got my paint tray for mixing colors. I've got my protective surface. I've got my brushes, and I've got my water cup and rag for cleaning my brushes. So to start with, I'm going to put down a line across the bottom that indicates where my ground is. So I'm going to take my brown and just go straight across, or the best we can. The ground isn't super straight, so if it's a little bit uneven, that's okay. Okay, so I've got my ground there. And then I'm going to put a tree trunk in. So for the tree trunk, you can do a large tree trunk that's fat, or a skinny tree that's got a really narrow tree trunk, however you want to do it. If you want to do a tree, again, you can paint your canvas however you want. So for the tree trunk, I'm going to start on one side, and essentially I'm going to just go straight down and then curve it out. Because at the bottom where the tree trunk hits the ground, it kind of creates a J shape and gets wider as the roots go into the ground. Okay, so then on the other side, I'm going to go opposite of that. Go straight down, and as I need a little more paint, as I go down, I'm going to curve it out. Okay. And then I'm going to come up and put some branches out. Now, we don't have to connect all the lines out here. I'm just going to put a couple lines where I might see some branches peeking out through my leaves, because we're going to cover this top piece with lots of leaves. So think about just putting a couple small little bits of branches that you would see. And then once you've got all that done at the top, we can fill in our tree trunk. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna give our brush a quick wash, and now we're gonna add some fun leaves. So I'm gonna switch to my medium flat brush. It's got a rounded tip on it, and this is gonna be great for making leaves. So I'm gonna start with orange, and I'm gonna dip my brush in the orange. And this is more of a tap than a brush stroke. So instead of pushing down and pulling, we're just gonna tap. And tapping makes really great leaves with this brush. So I'm just gonna come out here and tap. And you see how I get this little rounded shape? So we're gonna tap. So no pulling, no pushing, we just drop the brush and tap. And now we're gonna just keep doing that until the top of our tree is full of leaves. So you could do an all orange tree. We could do an all yellow tree, but I'm going to mix it up. I'm not going to go all orange. I'm just going to fill in quite a bit of orange there. Then I also, before I move to the next color, want to put some leaves that have fallen on the ground. So I'm going to do just kind of a few taps on the ground where I would see some leaves falling. Okay, so let's switch colors. Wash, and let's go into the yellow. Same thing, we're just gonna tap, 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 tap. No pushing, no pulling the brush, we're just tapping it on our canvas. And look at our tree is really starting to fill out and look pretty great with all these colors, okay? And it's okay if you go over the branches a little bit, and it's okay if you go over some existing leaves that are already there. You can put those on top of each other as well. Okay, and I'm also going to put a couple yellow leaves on the ground. Okay. And then do another brush wash and clean this up. And we'll do green. Let's add some green to the mix. Some leaves haven't changed color yet, so we still got a few green leaves out there. And we start to fill in the top of this tree. And we are almost done. Look at how great that tree's starting to look. And you can just continually add leaves as you want and make it as full of leaves or as empty. Sometimes as fall gets further in and winter starts to approach, we do lose a lot of those leaves, so we end up with just branches. So you could do that as well. All right, there we go. We've got this really great fall tree. And I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to put a tire swing coming from it. So who has a swing? What? I'm going to use the brown for a string. Who has a swing at their house? And I'm going to just pull a string coming down off one of my branches. Switch colors. I'm going to go into the black, and we're just going to put a tire on here. How about a tire swing? You could do a regular swing and bring 2 strings down or 2 chains down. You can add some black stripes into our tree trunk, maybe on our ground to help give it a little bit of some depth. Sometimes adding different colors to your painting on top of each other gives it some depth and makes it look more like a tree. So you could do that. And there we go. There's our little 5x7 canvas that's got this great fall tree with a tire swing. So that's one idea that you can use for your blank canvas. Now remember, your blank canvas comes with a stand of its own. So you have the kind of a more of a wavy pieces for the stand. They've got the slots in them, so we're going to slot those together. Got a stand that then our tiny canvas can sit on. And then we can display that. So you could do all sorts of different stuff with this tiny canvas. Use your imagination. Maybe think of something fall or something that you love. And I hope you enjoy painting your tiny canvas. I will see you in the next video. Bye.